And today our topic is about fear. You know, if there's one four-letter word that gets in our way of our careers and our career decisions, it is fear. So, now, what do we do to manage a fear in our career? So as we're going to dive into today, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Darcy Eikenberg. I am an executive coach. I'm a professional speaker, and I am the founder of RedCapeRevolution.com, where we help you become a hero in your career. And I'm excited to be here today, and thank you for joining us. And if you're watching the replay, definitely give me a like, give me a share, give me a comment below. Love to chat further with you. So, in my work as a coach, I talk with a lot of people about making changes, thinking about change, and not even changing their job, but maybe some kind of change within their organization. You know, maybe their organization is possibly going to be sold or have a merger or, you know, some kind of major organizational change is afoot. Or maybe they know that their role is about to change, that their boss might be retiring or that their company might be moving. And when we know that we need to make a change, we can easily get stuck. And the place that gets us stuck is that fear, right? That four-letter word. So here's 3 places where we need to tackle the fear in our career. So the first fear we need to tackle is the fear of what other people think. Does this ever happen to you? You you want to do something. You want to make a change. You want to move forward. But for some reason, you're uncomfortable. What will I tell people? What will people think? And I know that a lot of the conventional wisdom is, I don't care what people think. Do what you need to do. You know, screw other people. Who cares? It's your life. And there's some truth to that. But in all honesty, I don't believe it's how we live, right? I believe that, you know, we live and love other people, and we care about what they think, and we care about what they think of us, and especially the people that are close to us. Maybe not, you know, the stupid people, but the people who are closest to us. I had that happen with me when I was considering leaving what on paper looked like a great job. Had a great role with a terrific firm, worked with great people, and yet, you know, I was thinking that I needed to move on, that there was something else that I needed to figure out that was next for me. And my mom was really unhappy with that. She just really pushed me hard to figure out how I could stay. Why would I want to go? Why would I want to do something else when everything there looked so great? And my mom's not on Facebook, so don't tell her we're talking about her, okay? But it was really hard for me because I love her and I cared about her so much that she was so unhappy that I was even considering the decision, and I actually stayed stuck, not making a decision, not doing what I needed to do for a long time because I was trying to make her happy. But what I realized is that the fear of what other people will think can be cured by being clear about what your story is around your change. What that narrative is. What are you telling people? And so that started for me with getting really clear about not just what wasn't working for me, but what I wanted to go toward, what I was looking for. And so having that clarity, having that story so that you can help the people that you love get over their fear for you of the change that you're about to make. Because when they believe in your story, they believe in you and they're more comfortable with you, and then you makes you just have an easier time of it all around. So the fear of what others think is one fear. The next fear that we're going to tackle is a really important fear, and that's the fear of money. Or maybe let's call it the fear of losing money or not having any money and getting evicted from your home or apartment and living like a troll under the bridge. We go there, right? Anybody else go there? Yeah. Money is one of the reasons that we work. And it may not be the only reason, but it's certainly a big reason. Money helps us have security and safety and support for our families and the things that we want to have a richer, a better life. So money's important. But when we have fear of money, we get stuck and so we don't do anything, not even the things that could possibly help us bring more money into our life, create more wealth, create more goodness for our families and our communities and our causes. So what do we need to do about the fear of money? Well, what we need to do about the fear of money is, first of all, to face it and to understand your money. Do you know what you have and what you don't? Have you done the math? Put it all out on a piece of paper to say, here's what I'm spending. Here's what I'm saving. Here's what I'm going to need. And for a lot of people, this can get super overwhelming. I know, even though I understand the ideas behind this, that when I started to do the math on my own, it's just like poof, my head would explode. So this is the time to get over that fear of money, when it's a great idea to invest in a financial planner. Now, a financial planner doesn't have to be somebody that you pay a lot of money or who's doing a lot of complicated investments. There are financial planners that work on fees only. So in other words, you pay them for their service, and they don't have bias as to investments or other things, but they can look at what you spend, they can look at what you save, they can look at what you're trying to do and help you figure out what you need to do now and what you need to live. I often ask my clients, when they are looking at what's next, to come up with on their own, what's the bottom line number? Like, what really do they need to work with? What's the number that they need to make to either continue or to increase based on their goals? And a financial planner can really help you do that. Shout out to my friends at Ritter Danaher Financial Advisory in Cincinnati. They are awesome, and I would totally recommend you go check them out if you're looking for a financial planner who could help you. There are a lot of other people. NAFTA, I believe, is the professional organization that I know my guys belong to, and those are the fee-only planners, not the planners who get paid by investments, etc. So, but just getting some help to get over your fear of money, to know your fear of money, and to think about, what should I do now to create that freedom in the future so that I don't have that fear of money? So I've told the story before of my friend Summer and I worked together when she was really debating a big career decision of whether she was going to leave her job at her firm and go into a smaller firm where she'd have a lot more flexibility, but less money. She wasn't quite sure whether her family could afford for her to make that change. But Summer really looked at, what was that flexibility going to give her? What was that freedom to be with her kids when they came home from school, or to be able to come in and out when she needed to for doctor's appointments and other things that needed to happen? And so then she looked really hard with her husband at everything they were spending. And I remember this call so well. She's telling me, we just realized that we thought we needed to spend money on a lot of these different things. And we realized that having my freedom and flexibility was worth so much more than all those things. So they cut their spending drastically. And when I talked to her the next time, it hadn't seemed to matter. The sad part of that story is that Summer's gone now. And I think about that from time to time, that how grateful I am that, and I bet her family is, that she was able to make that choice, to spend less now, to have the freedom to go and do something else that she wanted to do. So that's fear of money or making less money. And you can tackle this fear. Okay, the third fear I want to share today is the fear that you're kidding yourself. Anybody ever had that happen? Oh yeah, I have. You know, when we start hearing that little whisper, that voice that says, what's next? Is something changing here? Do I want a growth opportunity? Do I want a total change? Do I want a little change? We often start talking back to ourselves in our brain. There's a theory called the saboteurs, where there is a part of your personality that will actually sabotage the self, the part of you that wants to grow. And that saboteur is usually saying things like, you're not smart enough for that. It's not ready for that yet, or you don't have the bandwidth to take that on right now. And we start to believe it, right? We start to dive into the fear. We believe that we're not good enough, that we're kidding ourselves. And we often have that fear that says, well, if it's not clear, then I'm just not ready. But that's not the truth. The fact is that the fear that we're kidding ourselves, that we're not ready, that it's not time, is always going to be there, because it's that lizard brain again, that part of our brain that's just trying to protect us, that reacts the same way, anything unknown, in the same way that it happened with our ancestors and the dinosaurs, that, it was to protect us, to keep us safe. But your brain doesn't have to keep you safe of exploring a new opportunity, of checking things out, of testing things, of being a little uncomfortable and learning new ways to grow. So don't give in to the fear that says, I'm kidding myself. I can't really do this. This isn't for me. I'm not ready for change. You've got to listen to the voice in your head that says, yes, you can do this. We can check it out. We can explore. We can ask better questions. We can get some help to help us move forward. So those are 3 big fears that get in the way of people moving forward in their career. The fear of what other people will think, the fear of money, and the fear that you are kidding yourself. So how about you? In the comments below, tell me about a fear that you've overcome. If you want to, you can tell me about a fear you're having right now. I'd love to hear it, but I know that you don't always want to talk about that in public, right? Well, if you'd like to tell me also about something you're struggling with, you can always reach me at Darcy, D-A-R-C-Y, at redcaperevolution.com. I love your emails, your questions, your stories. And if you have a question or comment that you want to ask here, please post it below, or just say hi. Tell me you're here. And if you like this content, if you liked what we talked about today, I also would appreciate it if you would give us a like. And more importantly, if you would share it with your friends, with your community, with your family members, with groups that you're in. Because that's the only way that we tell Facebook that this is not fake news, that this is real information that is intended to be helpful to people just like you. So if this was useful, spread it around. Let's lessen the fear in your career. And I'll see you back here soon on Facebook at Red Cape Revolution and at redcaperevolution.com. Darcy here. Thanks again for being here. Bye now.